Bear on Bears fans, I'm giving you my 10 most important Chicago Bears, and today we're on number 8. If you've missed either of the first two, check the link in the description below or check the link at the end of the video to go see who 10 and 9 were. But today we're on number 8, and we're going to get it started right now. Now, if you are new to the channel, please like the video. Please subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. It's the only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talk. So make sure that you get in tune with us, man. So we've gone through 10 and 9 so far. A couple of guys on the defensive side, and I've had a lot of people being like, Pat, what's going on with this offense, right? I thought the offense was one of the more important parts for the Chicago Bears. It absolutely is. So on the offensive side today, right, you got to start off with that offensive line. I'm not going to be like some of these other guys who have been like, the entire offensive line is important. Yes, they are, but there are individual pieces on this offensive line that are more important than others. And so at number 8 today, the man Tevin Jenkins, caveat, whoever's playing left tackle for the Chicago Bears is the 7th most important person on this team. Now, of course, the left tackle is a very important piece on this team, but I think the Bears kind of have a couple of other pieces on this offensive line that'll end up ranking higher. And I feel like here's the thing for me with Tevin Jenkins, right? He's incredibly important to the success of the Chicago Bears. By the way, this is just extrapolate this to whoever's playing left tackle as well. Like, we hope it's Tevin, but it might not be. But whoever's playing left tackle for the Chicago Bears, right? Like, it's incredibly important that you're out there protecting Justin Fields and that you're out there setting the tone here. I like how Tevin came out last season. He wasn't a guy who was just like, oh yeah, you're going to come in and touch up my quarterback, right? And I like that mentality. But here's the thing. You also have to be able to set that tone, blocking, setting the edge and making sure that your quarterback isn't getting killed. But it goes much deeper than that. Of course, we know that Tevin Jenkins leads to the success of the Bears on the offensive line, right? Where you're talking about a guy who last season was a little up and down, but also got thrown into it well late into the season. I mean, you had Jason Peters ahead of him, and it was because he just couldn't get over the concussion issues, had the back issue, had a couple of different things that were plaguing him throughout the season. And when he finally got out there, you know, you're playing catch up at that point. So I want to see him take a step. I want to see him take a jump. And I'm already concerned about Tevin Jenkins coming into training camp because we've already seen him kind of get demoted to the second team. And I know the coach Flus is like, well, you know, we do this with everybody on this offensive line. We're going to keep rotating guys up and down. Larry Borom didn't spend any time down on the second team, right? Larry Borom wasn't down there, and Larry Borom ended up actually getting moved over to left tackle from right tackle. I'm just saying, there's some holes in your story is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So to me, right, Tevin Jenkins is a guy that's going to be out there, and he's a nice big body. He's got the frame. I think he's going to be a good football player for the Chicago Bears. I think the biggest question mark around him is he going to stay healthy? I think he's got good technique. I think the big thing that a lot of people aren't even paying attention to, right, is how he actually played in the run last season. We know that the Bears are going to be a run-heavy team. So on top of Tevin being there, right, Tevin's going to have help this year. We went out and got 2 of the best blocking wide receivers. We've got blocking tight ends on this team. Tevin's not going to be out there by himself like he was last season, right? Matt Nagy literally was just like, hey, brother, you're out there. Figure it out. You're on your own. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what you want to do when your franchise quarterback or franchise quarterback 2B is out there getting hit 15 times. He did it with Jason Peters. He did it with Tevin Jenkins. Nothing changed last season. And so now I think coming into this season, right, they're not going to leave Tevin on an island. In fact, the fact that he's going to have probably Cody Whitehair playing next to him will also improve his game. I think he's going to feel a little bit more comfortable, and he's going to have a little bit more help on the inside. But, you know, on that outside part, Tevin, that's all you, brother. So we need you to take that step this season. I think he's going to be incredibly important to what the Chicago Bears want to do. And I think that you really have to talk about how the Bears are probably going to use Tevin or use that offensive line most this season. Now, before I continue with the video, I want to know how you guys feel, man. Should Tevin be higher or lower on this list? Let me know in the comments below. I'll be down there talking with you as well. If you feel lower, go check out some of the other guys that we had below Tevin Jenkins on this list. Tell us where they should be, where he should be, all that stuff, man. Appreciate y'all for showing so much love. So like I said, right, the Bears have already told us kind of what their game plan for this season is going to be, and we're talking about it with the understanding of what the Bears added, right? Like, it's not them saying this is our game plan and then like we see them doing nothing to actually implement that game plan. No, Tevin Jenkins is going to have a lot of help on that left side, especially in the run game. They brought in Blazing Game, big fullback out of Tennessee, right? He's a pretty good blocking fullback. He's also going to be able to get some run for you as well. You might see him in the end zone a few times this season. I think you're going to have a lot of blocking out of the backfield as well. So Tevin's going to have all the help in the world this season to try and get him to the point where you feel comfortable about it. But there are still going to be those moments where he's going to be on his own. He's going to have to get the job done, mostly in pass pro probably, right? But how often do we feel Justin Fields is going to drop back really plays into that. I don't think you're going to see a game plan where Justin Fields is dropping back 35 times. I think you're going to see more of a game plan, right, where you see Justin Fields dropping back similar to what Kirk Cousins did this season and last season, 15 to 20 times some games, maybe 25 some games if you get a little bit behind. But the Bears are going to focus heavily on getting David Montgomery, Khalil Herbert, Blazing Game, all those guys involved in this offense right away. You see it with the moves that they've made, right? They go out and they get N'Keal Harry from the Patriots. He's the second best blocking wide receiver in the NFL. Oh, by the way, who's the number one? Oh, my God, it's Byron Pringle. We've got both of those guys on our team. And so it tells you kind of how the Bears are going to be using these guys this season, right? Yeah, you're glad to have them here, and you hope that they make an impact offensively. You hope N'Keal Harry is able to find a lot of what he was able to do at Arizona State. And we've also got a video coming out kind of talking about how he's been impacted by working with Josh McDaniels and things like that. But the thing for me, right, is that when I'm looking at what this Bears offense is going to look like, it's going to be a lot of bubble screens. It's going to be a lot of running the ball. It's going to be to the strengths of the Bears team that have been strengths since Matt Nagy was here, but Matt Nagy refused to use them. So Coach Flus is going to be completely different in this tactic. And we're already seeing how he's setting this team up to move forward. And so to me, right, that's all going to help Tevin Jenkins really take a step in the right direction, because it's going to be something that he seemed comfortable with. It's going to be something that not only he was comfortable with, but that this offensive line seemed more comfortable with. And you've got a lot of those same pieces coming back this season, minus Lucas Patrick. And so I feel like, right, we're going to see Tevin Jenkins take a step, but I hope that he does take that step, because the success of this Bears team is going to be at that tackle position. And I think especially at that left tackle position. And if that man is Tevin Jenkins that's out there, we're going to have to see what he's made of in year two. But as always, man, I want to know how you guys feel, man. Let me know in the comments below. I'll be down there talking with you as well. Do you feel like Tevin Jenkins is the 7th most important player on this list, or do you feel like he should be a little bit higher? Let me know in the comments below. I'll be down there talking with you as well. As always, man, it's your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again to continue watching our Chicago Bears content. Click the links on the screen and check out the last two videos, 10 and 9, as we get I said 7th. He's 8th. He's 8th. Tevin Jenkins is 8th. Don't worry about that. Do you feel like he's the 8th most important person on this team? Maybe you're 7th. Maybe you feel like you're 7th. But I'll be down there talking with you guys in the comments as well. As always, man, it's your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Peace.